Alright. Hey guys. I have a few things I want to talk about. Decided to make this video update because figured it'd be better than just typing it. So you guys can listen to me, I guess, and I can just better talk about what I want to talk about and get the point across. I want to keep this kind of short, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is how the quarantine has been affecting me. I know it's not been easy on a lot of people. COVID and the whole quarantine has made me feel pretty isolated at times, not gonna lie. It's totally fried my brain in terms of creativity and feeling like I can do things. Recently, I've started to work on things again, so that's cool, as you guys may have noticed by my uploads. Yeah, it's not been great. I hope everyone watching this understands that you're not alone. We all are in this together. This is a scary time, but hopefully things will be okay. I'm not a scientist, but I do listen to the science, and the science does say masks help. So my stance, as I currently understand it, is we should be wearing masks to prevent spreading disease. So I hope that you guys will take that seriously and also wear a mask too. I have more about that later, but I want to talk about the Slayaz anime cartoon thing that I've been working on. Toddy and Friends. I've had to reboot / retcon / Mobian Super Genesis wave it in terms of the universe as it stands, because I have to omit certain characters like Tavian and Abia, Angler, Arcan, Wave, all those characters and more. I had plans for them, but due to concerns regarding the owners of the characters, she has expressed that she doesn't want me to use her characters. And the reason for that is, we haven't had a fight. She's one of my best friends. Around my birthday, I received a fan art, and it was all my characters plus Tavian. And while that itself is not a problem, the problem was, I guess, maybe it was lost in translation that Tavian is not my character, and the creator expressed concern about that. She was worried that maybe people would think that Tavian, Avia, etc. were my characters when they were hers. So I myself offered to not use these characters anymore and make a workaround on my own things. And she agreed to it, so that's a mutual agreement between us. I'm just respecting it. Pretty much, it's no fights. I'm the one who offered it. So I have been tasked with revamping the story, changing some of my plot points, and trying to make a cohesive narrative that can be enjoyed. That has taken time for me to figure out. I've got basically the new focus of how I want to spin this. I mean, the characters, how they're written, are still the same. Toddy's still Toddy. Vincent and the others are still their silly selves. That's not going to change. But I just have to put focus into other plot points and change how I want the main storyline to go a little bit. In terms of the plans for it, I do not anticipate I will be continuing to use Source Filmmaker. There's nothing wrong with Source Filmmaker. Just I find it to be so incredibly slow for me to use. There's not a lot of assets either. The character models are very clunky. There's nothing wrong with how they were made. Malachi is the one who made them for me, and I love them. And I'm so thankful that he was able to make them for me in the first place. But I just feel like I need to go a different route, just in terms of keeping up to date with their appearances, because their models are their Splatoon 1 clothing, and we're well past Final Fest at this point. And I want to just make sure that I'm keeping up with the trend of the character outfits, to also show that these characters have aged and grown. They have different character arcs that have happened from when they were younger to when all of them are adults, as it's kind of like a coming of age of sorts, especially with Vincent, because he goes from being a teenager to a young adult in that 2-year span. and he learns the hard way of a lot of things that happen in adulthood and his responsibilities and all of that. And I want to be able to show that and show the distinction within the character designs, that they are different. So you can tell when Vincent is younger, when Vincent is older, and same goes for the rest of the characters, so you know what point in time that this is. So I want to continue to work with these characters and continue the show, I guess, in 2D animation. I am currently going to Emily Carr, and my major is 2D animation. I'm entering my 3rd year now. So I want to focus and enhance my skills in 2D animation, not 3D animation, since that is not my major. I like to 3D animate. There's a lot of things I just don't know how to do. I'm not great at it, like modeling, rigging. Probably the only things I'm good at are texture editing and just animating the characters like fresh out the box, ready for me to use. But I just find that with Source's limitations, it's not feasible. And also my workspace itself is not exactly ergonomic. I have, my chair is actually broken. My younger siblings ruined the back of it, and I also don't have a perfectly aligned spine. It's actually extremely curved, and it hurts me in my shoulder blade to animate for a long time. I lose feeling in my arms, and I really want to avoid ruining my arms, especially because, like, I'm in animation, and if anything happens to my arms, I'm kind of hooped. So that's why also I've had to resort to moving things to my laptop in the meantime. I'm looking for a better chair so I can return to using my Mac so I can animate a little faster. Just my laptop is not the fastest at times, and it gets kind of hot sometimes. So I would prefer to be at a comfortable workstation, but until I can get that situated, it is what it is. I'm using my laptop, so that's what it is. But what else did I want to say? Yeah, too long didn't read. Bad back. Need to figure out something comfy. Going back to the mask thing, I'm currently selling customized face masks on Etsy. I have been starting up a small business in my free time. I've invested in it, and I'm currently making customized masks. Like you can have name personalizations, character personalizations. I have a bunch of ready-made designs too if you just want a generic, cheaper option. But if you'd like to check it out, you can use the iCard or look in the description for the links to my Etsy. And I have a pretty quick turnaround. Currently, my car is dying, so I rely on my family to give me a ride to the post office. So shipping time is a little bit slower just because my family works and I have to wait until they get home, and sometimes I don't get home in time for when the post office closes. So yeah, that's kind of the only issue I'm dealing with right now. I'm working on getting that sorted out though, so don't worry about that. That's a minor setback. I also have Patreon. According to my analytics, I have quite a few adults older than me actually watching my content, and I was maybe asking if maybe any of you would mind contributing to the Patreon. The money that goes into my Patreon pays for either supplies or, in this case, usually it's digital memberships to Adobe and Toon Boom Harmony, because that's expensive and it does add up monthly. Also, it would go towards other things like groceries or car maintenance, because those are bills, or like my phone bill, my internet bill. We're not down and out, but every cent does help. And I hope that maybe you will consider that, or at least just help share my content, because that also helps get other people who are more fortunate than I maybe to see my content and help me out, because that would be awesome. I don't have too much else to say. I guess if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments. And I'll do my best to answer them, but I guess that's it. So, thank you for watching this video. Sorry it's kind of long. I just wanted to talk about these things, and I'm excited to keep working on things. With regards to my Patreon, though, I want to post uploads, like my work in progresses, to my Patreon. So if you are looking for an incentive, early access content, behind the scenes, explanations of how things are done within Toon Boom, how they can be applied to other platforms and stuff, all of that will be within my Patreon starting in September. So I hope you guys will check it out. And my Etsy too, if you need a mask. I also sell bundles. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.